In today's quick win segment here on the Financial Advisor Marketing Playbook, I want to talk about seminar marketing, specifically a question that I'm asked almost weekly. Should I serve a meal or not serve a meal? We'll dissect that and get into the analytics next. Stay with us.
This is the Financial Advisor Marketing Playbook, a show for financial advisors who want to explore the topic of client acquisition and business growth. Your host is Mark Mersman, Chief Marketing Officer at USA Financial. He is an investment advisor representative of securities offered through USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
What's up, everybody? Today, I want to talk about seminar marketing trends. Here at USA Financial, we have been conducting seminar marketing for, the better part of 25 years. And one of the things that we really focus on is understanding the data and really looking into what the data is going to tell us to help us make better decisions and help our advisors make better decisions. And there's a question that comes up every single year, all the time. It seems to be the never-ending question: should I serve a meal or not? And what is that going to do to my number? So I did a little bit of a study going back to shortly before the pandemic, and wanted to share with you some of this data. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see my screen. If you're listening on the podcast, I'll try to at least narrate some of the numbers that I'm going to share. But the big thing here that I guess excites me is that it feels as though seminar marketing has now made a comeback and is certainly back. So if we look here at the top row, meal versus non-meal, going back to 2018, meal seminars generated a 1.6% reservation response rate. So the easy way to do that math, if you mailed 10,000 households on a 1.6% response rate, you would get 160 registrations, just to kind of keep that math simple. But as we then shifted into 2019, and so in 18, meals outperformed non-meals slightly. The non-meal seminar did very well during that stretch and was kind of making a big comeback or a big surge, I guess, in the marketplace. And even into 2019, the data that we saw, now, mind you, we conduct hundreds of seminars a year, thousands of seminars over this lifespan here. And in 2019, we kind of saw that flip, where meals actually were lower performing than non-meals. The 2020 data I didn't even include because that was, as you can imagine, was a bit of a dumpster fire. And so that data got really skewed. And so that's kind of a throwaway. As we shifted into 2021, you can obviously see response rates had gone down. People weren't quite that comfortable just yet coming to live events. And that even extended into 2022. Those 2 years from a seminar marketing standpoint weren't all that great. As we shifted into 2023, we started to come out of that slump a little bit. People were a little more comfortable coming to meal events. Meal events saw 1.29% average in 2023. Non-meal events suffered again in 2023, kind of extended into 2024. I think a part of some of this, the drop in 2024 can likely be attributed to the fact that it was an election year. And so since this is all based off of direct response mail, I think that we saw, the sheer volume of mail coming into people's homes and just the marketing and all that stuff that went into it kind of created a little bit of a lull in 2024. But as you see in 2025, we are seeing some of the highest responses that we've seen since before the pandemic. Meal events in 2025 are averaging 1.59%. Non-meal events still making a little bit of a comeback, but not quite the response that everybody would like. I also took a moment to look at just the last 10 events, the last 10 meal events and the last 10 non-meal events that we had conducted or our advisors had conducted throughout the country. And that number is starting to continue to trend upwards. So meal events, the last 10 in 2025 here 1.84%. Non-meal events were right around 0.5%. So if you're thinking about the seminar marketing world, understand, I certainly understand that meals can obviously add more to the marketing expense. However, your response rates will certainly be, 3 times higher right now with meal events versus non-meal events. That doesn't necessarily mean that, you should completely scrap the idea of non-meal events. They certainly have their place. Oftentimes advisors will say, well, prospects are a little more serious about that. I'm not here to get into that argument. I can make a case on both sides of the fence. I'm just trying to share some of the data that we have seen. It's important to us to track all of this so that we can relay it to advisors that we work with. So if you're considering as we enter into the fall of 2025 here, if you're considering and weighing between a meal and a non-meal, hopefully this information might help you make that decision. Some of the most popular seminar topics here in 2025, Social Security and retirement income, Social Security and taxes alone, financial estate planning, and then Social Security and Medicare. So those have been the 5 most popular topics that we've seen conducted here at USA Financial. I would imagine, as we roll out some of our new seminars as it relates to taxes and the one big beautiful bill and some of the changes there and the opportunities that presents, I think that we'll see this trend kind of continue into fall and into the winter. So hopefully this provides a little bit of guidance for you as you're thinking about your seminar marketing heading into the end of 2025. So do with that what you will. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day, a wonderful year, and feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions as it relates to seminar marketing. Take care.
This information is for licensed financial professionals only and is not intended for use in soliciting sales from the public. The views expressed represent the opinions of the presenter or their featured guest, not necessarily those of USA Financial or its affiliated subsidiaries. Industry references are generic and are not intended to represent actions or beliefs of any individual or entity. Content is only presented to illustrate general principles, beliefs, or ideas and should not be construed as legal or regulatory advice. Trademark and copyright protected. USA Financial and Affiliates.